Hi everyone, welcome back. So Urban Decay just recently released their Naked2 Basics Palette, and they released it online on the Urban Decay website. It was sold out really quickly and then they re-released it again. So I picked it up when it came back in stock. To my knowledge, I'm not quite sure when it's coming to stores. So as of now, I think you can only get this on Urban Decay's website. But I posted a few pictures on my Instagram comparing the original Naked Basics palette to the new one, the Naked2 or Basics palette. I don't know if we're calling it Naked Basics 2 or Naked2 Basics, but I posted pictures comparing these two. On the swatches, a lot of people are like, wow, those are so similar, those are so similar, I don't really see a difference. In person, they are a little bit more different. There's a completely different undertone to the palette, and I'll show you that. But as far as they come, it's hard to get a real deep variation of colors when you're doing a nude palette like this is. This is a basics palette, meaning it provides you basic eyeshadow colors. Here's number one. It provides you basic eyeshadow colors that you would need to create a full look. So it has a shimmer highlight, a matte highlight color, then like a mid-tone transition, a more deeper transition, and then two darker colors. So it's the basic palette. I call this like the best friend palette or the sister palette to like the Naked One palette, because the Naked One doesn't really have the brow bone highlight color in anything besides like a shimmery color. So this is nice to have the matte color for that brow bone highlight. Also, the Naked One palette doesn't have any matte deepening shades. All of the darker outer corner shades are all with shimmer in it. So this is one of those palettes that can go alongside of like a Naked One palette. But I don't want to talk too much about this. I do want to get into the new palette, and I'm going to do a little look with it. But this is the case to the new palette, or the packaging, and then it looks the same. So it just has different writing. So this one has brown writing, and this one has like the silver writing on it. The new one has the same concept. It has a shimmer shade, and then it has all of the rest of the shades are matte. It's looking a lot similar in my viewfinder right now, but this has way more of taupe undertones in it in comparison to the Naked Basics one. So these shades, this automatically starts getting more of like a gray taupe undertone, and this shade is much deeper than this one, and this one is more of a gray taupe than this brown. So this is a little bit more warm, and then that's definitely more gray tone brown. It's almost like a slate, and this is more of a brown black. So it is different. Even the highlight shades are very different. I actually prefer the highlight shade in number one, but it's just, they're gonna be similar. They're gonna be somewhat similar. I mean, look at that. They look so similar. So I'm just gonna swatch this second palette for you, and then we will get on to the tutorial. So there is the first color. That's a really pretty shimmery champagne color. This is the second color. This color is called Stark, and it's almost like a taupe camel brown. There is Stark. This color is called Frisk. That is like way more of like a gray taupe color. This color right here is Cover. This shade is called Primal. And this last shade is called Undone right there. These are all swatching very creamy and buttery. I have no doubt. I love the formula of Urban Decay eyeshadows, so I'm very impressed with the formula of these eyeshadows so far. Okay, I wanted to show these up close. This is the Naked 2, and this is the original Naked Basics 1. So as you can see, this one is just a little bit more warm, and this is a little bit more of, has a little bit more taupey to it. This second color right here is very different from the first one, and even these three shades right here are very different. So I do think that they are very different, but I mean, I'm a makeup lover and junkie, so I can find the subtle differences in them. What I would say to someone who is looking to purchase one over the other, I think that there's definitely a more gray, taupey, cooler undertone to the Naked2 Basics, and there's more of a little bit warmer undertone to the Naked Basics 1. I've only used a few of these colors. I ran them through my crease really quick yesterday, so I'm gonna play with it. I can't 100% say for sure, but I know I love number 1. So I'm just gonna get in and do a really quick eye look with the Naked Basics 2. I've already primed my eyes with Urban Decay's Primer Potion in Eden. See, let's take Frisk right here. And it's like a taupey gray. I'm just gonna apply this color to my crease. I'm using the Urban Decay blending brush that came in the Naked2 palette. Not this one, but the original Naked2. I do like that this has a mirror. It's like the perfect traveling companion. Just blending that through the crease. This is definitely way cooler on the eyes than the original is. They may be swatching similar, but on the eyes I really do feel like these are two very different palettes. Alright, next I'm going to go in with the color Stark right here, and this is a MAC 213 brush. I'm just going to place this color all over my lid. Alright, it's more of like a very neutrally taupe eye so far. The only thing I will say is this color is too dark to use as like a highlight color, but this is the only highlight color really in the bunch because this is the shimmer color, so you're not really even getting a matte highlight color, whereas in the Naked Basics 1 you're getting the shimmer shade and then more of a yellow tone matte highlight, so both of those can be used for a highlight. So this palette you have essentially like all these three are like transition colors, maybe even just these two, and then these three are more deepening up shades. So really it's just a lot of kind of transition colors and only one highlight color. Okay, I'm going to go into the highlight color Skimp, and this is a Sigma Soft Focus Shader E52 brush. I'm just going to take that and tap that on my brow bone. It is a nice highlight because it's subtle. It doesn't give as much sheen as in the original Naked Basics palette. It's a little bit more soft. I would say this is way more of a satin. They call the other one a satin, but it definitely has way more of a sheen to it. Like that's the one in the first palette and this is the one in the second palette. So this one definitely is more of a satin versus the sheen in Venus. So this color is called Skimp, if I didn't already say that. Just put that on the brow bone. That is a really pretty color though. Okay, I'm going to take this color called Cover, and this is on a Sigma E45 brush. Put that right in the crease. Just to add a little bit more depth. As far as application, these are blending out so well, but you definitely need to tap them off. They're really, really pigmented and they're kind of soft, so they're really they are blending out really well, but with the pigmented and soft shades, you need to be careful to make sure you're tapping so that you don't get fallout. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of this Chanel Illusion de Ombre. This is in Controverse. I'm not saying it right. It's just like a golden color. I'm just going to tap a little bit of this on the center of my eyelids and on my inner corners. Okay, to deepen it up a little bit more, I'm going to take this last color Undone right here. It's like a taupey deep gray. I'm going to mix a little bit of the primal in with that, and I'm using this Buff and Blend E39 brush. So I'm going to mix those two together and then just really kind of buff out the edges right here and just kind of bring it in, tap it on, and then I'm just going to do circular motions. Get most of the product right here on the outer corner. I'm going to go back in with that original blending brush with no additional product and just kind of blend the edges and just kind of blend the edges of this out. Okay, I'm going to tightline with this NARS Larger Than Life pencil. Just tightline a little bit. I've already curled my lashes before we started. And then on my lower lash line, I'm going to use, this is from Julep. It's their gel eye gliders, and this is in the color Smoky Taupe Shimmer. I thought it'd be perfect because this is more of like a taupey palette. So I'm just going to do that on the bottom lash line. Then we're going to blend that out with shadow. These are so creamy. They really feel like a gel liner in pencil form. So I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to take this color Frisk right here. I'm going to run that under the lash line to kind of smudge that out a little bit. On the upper lash line, I'm going to take this Ico liner. It's like a felt tip liner, and I'm just going to do a wing liner on my upper lash line. I'm doing a half wing because I just don't want it to come all the way in. So I'm just doing like a half cat eye. Okay, like I said, I already curled my lashes, so I'm just going to apply a few coats of the L'Oreal Voluminous Miss Manga mascara. I really like this. I think it gives a lot of full lashes. Okay, I'll have everything else that is on my face listed down below if you're interested. On my lips, I have this is the City Color Lip Pencil. These are extremely affordable. These are called City Chic Lip Liners, and this is in the color Salmon. It's such a pretty, like electric coral color, and it's perfect because it pairs with one of my favorite lipsticks, MAC's Impassioned. This is like a beautiful coral color. These are virtually identical, so even if you wanted to get this lip liner and just apply it all over your lips, you're gonna get the same effect. This is in the formula Amplified though. That's such a creamy, beautiful formula from MAC, but this is like one of my favorite like summer lipsticks because it's like that corally pink color. But anyways, that is what's on my lips, and I like it paired with this cooler toned eye. So this is the eye look, and I really, really like it. It's very, I would say it's cool tone. I paired it with like that white gold Chanel shadow, and I really like that combination, but this is very like taupey gray cool tone. Very different from the look that I get when I use the Naked Basics one. So I definitely think this is different. If you're one of those people that's like, is it too similar to the other to really justify getting both? I honestly believe that they're different enough that you could justify having both, because applied to the eye, they give a totally different look than I get when I'm using these shadows. So very, very different, but both very beautiful. Quality of the shadows, I actually think that they're a little bit more creamy in the Naked2 Basics. So, but they both apply really, really nice. So it's $29. I will link it below, and I will try to find out the dates when it's released in stores so that you can swatch it and get your hands on it, because I know to some people that's really important. So when they're releasing it in Ulta and Sephora, I will try and find those dates and leave them below. But as for now, it is on Urban Decay's website. If it's sold out when this video goes live, just keep an eye out. They have like a little link where you can say a reminder email when it comes back in stock. So I hope this was helpful to see one compared to the other as far as swatching, and then also to see application on the eyes. If I didn't answer any of your questions, go ahead and leave them below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Mwah.